Trade shows are cancelled, many resorts around the world remain shut, and like a lot of you, we cannot wait to get back to the mountains. However, this hasn't stopped us from taking a look at some of the new gear to come for next winter. This is the Envision Series, and in today's video, we're taking a look at some of the goggles and helmets on offer from Giro. Now, even if you're not a snowboarder, chances are most people will be pretty familiar with Giro. Their goggles and helmets are pretty common sightings in road bike pelotons, mountain bike trails, and the downhill ski circuit. But they've also got a stacked snowboard team featuring the likes of Brian Fox, Claudia Medlova, Sebi de Buck, and Nils Mindnich. With that in mind, they obviously cater really well to freeride and freestyle riders alike, so we're going to take a look at some of their key products for next year: the Contour and Method goggles and the new Emerge Spherical helmet. Alright then, first up are the Contour goggles. Now, these were actually a newcomer for the current winter season, and I was lucky enough to take a few laps in them the previous year. Although they do come in at the top end of Giro's price point, there is a lot of tech going on here. First up, the EXV Plus design offers a pretty incredible field of view. There's a bit of a misconception that the bigger your goggles, the more peripheral vision they offer. In fact, it's more down to the frame and the lens design, and that's where the Contour offers a really impressive field of view. That's mainly down to the semi-spherical, or sometimes known as toric, lens shape that you get with the Contours. Now, these are still fairly new to the market compared with spherical or cylindrical lenses, but they kind of take the best of both of these and give you the most optically correct lens. Although they're a little flatter across the vertical axis, they have a truer spherical curve along the width, and that's what allows them to keep this super low profile while at the same time offering maximum field of view. Of course, it's not just how much you can see, but how well you can see it that makes the Contour such a great goggle. Working in collaboration with Zeiss Optics, their vivid lens technology is able to manipulate the light waves that pass through the lens. So they can increase the contrast enhancing blue light and still block out any harmful UV light. Most goggles on the market now offer some kind of variation on this tech nowadays, but what you get from the vivid lens is well up there with the best of them. On top of that, the Contour comes with two interchangeable lenses, one for everyday and sunny riding conditions and another for low light weather. It's also super easy to swap them out thanks to the quick change magnetic system with a secure lock. So if you're feeling especially brave, you could even do this on the chairlift in between runs. As you'd expect from a premium goggle, they're super comfy with plenty of ventilation and really effective anti-fogging treatment. There's also a bunch of different strap colorways ranging from the more classic black, grey and whites right through to some pretty funky and bright looking options too. Next up, we have the Method goggle, and this is actually one of my favorite goggles ever. It's the one that I ride with, and as you can probably guess from the name, it's got some mass appeal to a lot of freestyle riders out there. It's one of the more affordable price point goggles from Giro, but it's still stacked full of great features. Rather than the EXV Plus field of view, the cylindrical lens fits into their standard EXV offering. For me personally, this still offers a ton of peripheral vision and no distortion or anything like that out the corner of the lens. Even with the small frame, I find these really conform to the shape of my head, and they also fit with pretty much any helmet out there. But of course, they're going to be especially compatible with a Giro helmet. But like the Contours, they come with two interchangeable lenses, both featuring the same vivid technology, so loads of contrast and really sharp visuals. They're not quite as quick and easy to swap out as the magnetic system that you get on the Contours, but the slash seal system, as it's known, is still really intuitive and simple to use. So that is the Method goggles, and for the price point, I really can't think of a goggle that ticks quite so many boxes, from the clarity and the field of view, right through to the overall style and the look of them. I'm a really big fan of these things. Okay, moving on to the helmets, and again, keeping with the freestyle theme, let's take a look at the new Emerge Spherical helmet. Now, we're already a big fan of the predecessor of this one. The Emerge MIPS helmet was our 2021 Best in Test helmet last season, picking up a Whitelines 100 award. Giro has been working closely with MIPS, that's Multi-Impact Protection System, to further advance helmet technology and brain protection. And this is the next step in its evolution. It's not just direct impacts, but also the torsional forces of an impact that can cause serious brain injury and trauma. With this new design, 2 layers of foam fit together like a ball and socket, and this allows up to 10 to 15 millimeters of relative motion between the helmet and the head during the first milliseconds of an impact. This reduces the force both of high and low impacts, but it still manages to do so in a pretty sleek, low profile and freestyle designed helmet. It still comes with all the tried and trusted features as the original Emerge did, so this includes the stash fit to customize the fit with varying thicknesses of foam inserts, although when you see it you may think of another use for it. The removable ear pads, the audio system compatibility, as well as a pretty handy strap channel which has been carved into the helmet liner, making it more comfortable for those of you who wear your goggles under the lid. Lastly, it's still a hard shell construction, coming in at around 500 grams. Now, of course, there are far lighter, more ventilated models from Giro if you're likely to be touring in the backcountry all day. But the great thing about a hard shell is that it doesn't just offer the internal protection, it's also got some added rugged durability on the outer shell, even if that's just taking the odd bump and knock as a chairlift bar comes down on top of you. So that's just some of the things we can look forward to seeing from Giro next season. Now, there may also be a couple other surprises in the pipeline, but we'll have to wait just a little while to see what's unveiled. What we can say for now is that the continuation and evolution of some of their best products is looking pretty good for the year ahead. So make sure to check it all out when the full product line drops in the autumn. That's all from me. If you have any questions about anything, then stick them down in the comments below and we'll be sure to get back to you. And also do check out the rest of this year's Envision Series, where we're checking out all of the latest snowboard gear to drop next season. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next one.